So the goal of completing the engineering prototype is to get to final PCBs, final plastic specification, and a database of parts that go into the product and can be quoted by manufacturers. So where we are right on the Cannons is there are about 33 parts altogether. This is part of the bill of materials that we're using for interacting with our manufacturing partners. So that's going reasonably well. Some parts still I haven't released for production because I'm not satisfied that everything is perfect yet, and I am aiming for something amazing. We want to deliver a headphone that is not pretty good, but is just incredible. And that's what we're going to do. I'll give you some details on the final pieces we're perfecting. One thing that we found with moving this toward production is this switch. There's two of these in this prototype. Getting some from the manufacturer that were sticky. They would, yeah, like that. They wouldn't have enough spring force to return them to the unpressed state. So not willing to release that to production. So dealing with that issue, we wanted a different switch. In particular, wanted to externalize the battery into the inline controller. That was an idea to try, but it just came out too big. I mean, it doesn't look that big, but just in your hands, it just doesn't quite feel right. Also, we switched up, we reflected the thing so that now it's right for a right side cable entry, which is a little unorthodox, but it's good for the gamers who want to keep their left hands on the keyboard. So anyway, this one is correct for your right hand with intensity control. And we went to a more robust switch for the mic mute here. And there you can see the mic mute indicator now is on the PCB, not the switch. And the Taction on off, there you can see the screen light lighting up, is now in the Taction intensity knob, which is just this beautiful, you know, knurled metal knob. So these were good changes, you know, like, but too big. Like the batteries go in the ear cup. We're not going to do a controller that's this big. In this prototype, and we're sticking with these stereo pots, potentiometers for the gain control that are just they've got a great electric guitar kind of scientific instrument feel. They just feel like butter in this switch. It's all just right, except found a little. In these potentiometers, there can be a little bit of noise in the travel, and a change to our final circuit is going to take care of filtering out that particular noise in the Taction intensity control. It was sounding a little bit like put the needle on the record when you turned it on, and it wouldn't have hurt anything, but I don't want to send it out the door with that feature. We're shooting for amazing, not pretty good. You know, I want everything perfect. Some other stuff that this intermediate step taught us. I did an experiment with the cabling. I thought we were going to get our assembly a little bit easier by using an HDMI cable, which usually get used in data projectors. That's where people are used to seeing them, but they come in very thin cable versions now, and these carry as many as 20 leads, and that's good for some of the things we want to do in headphones. And this all worked and simplified assembly and gave us a detachable cable package, which is good. But this cable, it's just not quite flexible enough. It just didn't have the feel and the aesthetics of the braided inline cable that we were looking at before. So even though this design takes hand soldering inside the inline controller, we think it's worth it, and we're going with that for production. So it was worth a shot, but yeah, we're doing this braided soft cable, just feels right, and this was a little too stiff. So that's one of the lessons we learned, and a step that we're taking on the way to releasing all this to production. It's coming along well, and yeah, bill of materials. I'll spare you some of the assembly, and yeah, database of parts here that go into the thing. But this is our dedicated assembly space here at the office. Our glorious 100 square feet for Taction. Our proud banner. Beginnings of a headphone assembly area here. It's looking a little blurry. I guess that's working now. You can see modules, kind of our the long suit where the development's further along in the manufacturing, procedures are more laid out. Parts bins for when we've got parts we're assembling, some dispensing, basic electronics assembly stuff here. Heading over to, this will be QC on the headphones, our glorious hats tester. So the stock headphones that we're retrofitting our tactors into and putting our electronics and inline controllers on are ordered and due to arrive in October and November. We had to set up inventory space for that, so there was a definite shipment location, and we've set up enough inventory space to handle things like not just the stock of headphones, but the stock of cases, microphones, and so on that we need. We're also starting to get happy with our assembly space in the tech shop San Jose. We will have to move it last week of September, but we've confirmed that we will have office space to move it into, or assembly space to move it into at that time with the tech shop San Jose. So that's looking good. We can build stuff, and we're looking at a little schedule slip so far, as we're dialing in a PCB and some of the final plastic on the inline controller. And I'm sorry about the slip, but I want to make something great for you, and we're getting it all right, really right to do. So yeah, that's the latest, and hard at work.